Good morning, it's Kinninigan. I'm not in a good mood today. Do you blame me? This ain't the fucking country I served in the military for. Um, Whatever. I'm not talking about that. But I want to talk about some other things, some other conspiracies that I seem to maybe have. I wouldn't say I solved them. I've come up with my own theories on them, and I'm going to be doing separate videos on them. What is the sign of Cephali? I think I've pretty much figured out what Dogman is, and every version of Dogman that's running around the woods, from the ones that are created by the government in Land Between the Lakes to their origins on planet Earth. The wolf is very interesting. Sumerians describe the wolf as being one of the seven evil spirits, but you can't trust Babylonians when they're talking about quote unquote what is evil. That would be like Democrats calling themselves evil. These are the idiots who have rewritten history, and I think I've pretty much figured out what the dog man is. Um, I'm going to do separate videos on his subjects. Then another subject. Look, I've already been looking into this other subject for years, and I had some thoughts about it. So I kind of went into a deep dive about it yesterday because there's a connection to this substance with, of all people, George Bush Sr. and Aleister Crowley, and a villa they bought in Paraguay. Yes, I'm talking about black goo. If you're not familiar with it, well, I'm going to do a whole video about it. And I know about the black goo from the Falkland Islands, the BP oil spill, Paraguay. This What's interesting about black goo, it's referred to as liquid crystal. The anomalies that I show on video is called liquid crystal polarization. Those are the black and white zebra anomalies caused by demonic possession of archons. There's a connection here. Black goo originally supposedly comes to this planet in meteors. That's what's in Paraguay, was in meteor strikes. And it's not the only creature that came here in meteorites. Cephalopods did, octopi, and cuttlefish, and I have a theory about that and what Cthulhu might be. This kind of goes into the realms of science fiction, but hey, that's what I do. When Alpha Draconians invaded this planet, they might not have done it with themselves. Black goo might have been a part of that. The sign of Cephali might have been a native species to this planet, although we have ones that have been chipped and bioengineered by the government, apparently. There's always been a huge thing with lycanthropy in the occult. So, however, these two subjects, black goo. Now, I don't want to hear this bullshit that everyone who's put videos about black goo on YouTube has gone. Look. I found videos yesterday. I found black goo videos. I listened to the infamous lecture from the German physicist. I forget his name. Who came in contact. There's. Then I also have this. This gentleman right here was in the U.S. The English Navy on a mission back in 1982 to go to the Falkland Islands and recover some of the black goo that was being mined there. That's what caused the Falkland Wars in the 1980s. So this was an interesting account. This is Thule Island. It's not a coincidence they called it Thule Island. The Thule Society. It goes back to Nazis. There's a big association with black goo in Argentina. The Nazis fled to Argentina after World War II. There is a connection here, especially with George Bush Sr. and possibly Aleister Crowley being his wife in drag. They go by a villa right above black goo in Paraguay, and so does Angela Merkel. They both have ties to the Nazis. Yeah, maybe that aspect. A little. I don't. I can cut the Nazi stuff down. Although every fucking history channel can put a YouTube documentary about the Nazis on YouTube because I watch them all the time. I just watched one about Himmler and the Holy Grail last night on YouTube. Apparently, they could talk about secret societies and Nazi occultism. Maybe I can too, to an extent. I don't think the word is as banned as it used to be because they oversaturated the word by calling everyone a fucking Nazi nowadays. That's the truth. But just today, I'm not right. Look, I'm not really in the right headspace to do lectures, but I I have some interesting theories. Yeah, on this, the cynocephaly and black goo, and I've been asked to look into the subjects, but it was something I was going to do anyway because when it comes to the occult, mysteries, cryptozoology, I'm not afraid to look into anything. I don't care if it's black goo, mermaids, or reptilians. I want the answers, and when I look at this stuff, I do it in a very non-biased way. I listen to a lot of accounts of it. It's very, I got to discern who's a bullshitter and who's not, who's putting out bad information, who's putting out good information. One of my subs left me a comment yesterday about someone's subs not being legit. Look, I went to the website yesterday. Yes, you can buy YouTube subs. It'll cost you about $1,000 for every 20,000 YouTube subs. The name of the website is Social Link. But yeah, you can buy Twitch subscribers, YouTube subscribers, Twitch. Any platform you're on, you can buy subscribers and video views. However, when you do that, you don't get monetization from YouTube. YouTube knows if you buy your subs. I was never here for, was never a subscriber count contest for me. Strangely, they'll never let me get to 400,000 subs. The most I ever had on channel was close to 60,000 now. I want my YouTube 100,000 sub plaque. So, and someone asked me about Skinwalker Ranch. I know what's going on in Skinwalker Ranch, in theory. It's not what is on the surface of Skinwalker Ranch, it's what's below it. There's also a Masonic square and compass on Skinwalker Ranch. And now we have History Channel, the fucking notorious Freemason channel out there making Skinwalker Ranch TV shows. Look, they might show you some cool shit on the TV show, but just like Finding Bigfoot on History Channel, they're never going to talk about Black Goo on the History Channel. Reptilians is a fucking joke on Ancient Aliens. Their reptilian episode is a joke. So, we're gonna have to do our own Skinwalker Ranch video, and I know what the theory is about that, and it's what's under Skinwalker Ranch, possibly pertaining to an ancient city that was here way before they were. That's all I'm saying. And these cities tend to put off a resonance. We have this with the Crystal Pyramid that was found in the Bermuda Triangle also. Quite possibly the cause of the Bermuda Triangle. Because another fucking mystery solved. We know what causes the Bermuda Triangle anomalies. That's ancient Atlantis. There's a crystal pyramid in the Caribbean. I'll re-upload that video to YouTube. I've already done it. It was covered by Leonard Nimoy on his conspiracy show in the 70s. I think that was the 70s or 80s. Well, yeah, they did confirm that a crystal pyramid was found. It's already been theorized that Atlanteans would have used crystalline technology, and the most interesting thing about black goo is it's referred to as liquid crystal. It's mainly made up of monatomic gold. Yes, that is the gold that the gods were consuming for immortality, and uridium. And this thing seems to have a consciousness to it. It's just making me rethink how Alpha Draconians. Well, I know how they operate. But they're not doing it themselves. They've had some help. I think they've had some help from other entities with conquering the oceans. The only thing we're going on with black goo, if you're familiar with the conspiracy, supposedly there's black goo, the stuff that was found in the Falkland Islands. And if you ever see what it looks like thorough fluid. Um, is it thorough fluid? My physics. No, ferro fluid, which is yeah, something that's used in they use it to create semiconductors, which is interesting. Supposedly, the BP oil spill was them hitting a deposit of black goo in the Gulf of Mexico. Did this black goo come to the Earth with the Alpha Draconian invasion? Well, I'll tell you what else is interesting. Scientists have theorized that octopus have come here from a panspermia event, and so have a plant in North Carolina known as the Venus flytrap, which only exists on that part of Earth where there were ancient meteor strikes in the outer banks of the Carolinas. Also, a very big place of interest when the colonies were settled. That was a big tied in with Blackbeard and the pirates, if you know about North Carolina. Some interesting stuff. And it's supposedly we have a few places around this world where black goo has been found, and you have George Bush Sr., Aleister Crowley probably, and Angela Merkel buying villas in Paraguay. Now, this black goo in Paraguay, I'm going on Google Earth to go look at this. I'm familiar with the theory that you can see it was meteor strikes in Paraguay that deposited the black goo. Flat Earthers, you're not going to like that video yet. The black goo from outer space. Who'd have thought? Well, it's very possible. Um, I think when people think of life in the universe, the first thing they think of is the hominoid form. But Alpha Draconians and Archons do kind of operate in a hive mentality. Look at Democrats and their fucking minions all, talking about politics. It's the same thing, playing out in real life the same way these entities operate, the same way their acolytes operate. There goes a word for you, because yeah, the acolyte from Star Wars is. I don't want to hear any more videos about Star Wars. I'm done with Star Wars. I don't know. Maybe this summer I might rewatch the George Lucas prequels, the ones starting from 1999, The Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, and Revenge of the Sith. I do have the Battle of Endor downloaded. I love fucking Ewoks. I wish Disney would put fucking Ewoks in their movies because kids are. Who doesn't like Ewoks? Come on. I thought Return of the Jedi was friggin' awesome. Probably because I saw it in the movies when I was a kid. It goes back to my childhood. So that's my rant today. Yeah, I am pretty sure I figured out the mystery of Dogman. I made quite a few videos on the cynocephaly. I guess I'll get them back on YouTube. And Black Go is the next. We'll see what I can put on YouTube about Black Go. But I've been asked about it a lot. So I'm looking into it. Don't worry. Dogman, I pretty much have figured out. Um, I think I do. What exactly these entities are. They were written about in ancient history. And They were known to fight alongside Alexander the Great, encountered dogmen in some of his battles in ancient times. Saint Christopher was a dogman who actually met Jesus Christ, and he was given sainthood because he was so impressed with the teachings of Jesus. He wanted to become a disciple of Jesus, hence he became Saint Christopher, and Jesus allowed him to have a human form so people wouldn't be so scared of him. And he was given a Christian name, Christopher. Yeah, Saint Christopher was a cynocephali, a dogman. And there is ancient medieval depictions of him before he was given his human form, of him in his dog form. And supposedly these entities also are hostile to Alpha Draconians. Why were they bioengineered in places like Land Between the Lakes by our government? I'll tell you why. To deal with the Sasquatch population that Alpha Draconians have not been able to deal with since the Epic of Gilgamesh. Sasquatch is written in the Epic of Gilgamesh. So is the wolf. Babylon refers to these two entities as quote unquote evil, coming from the evil fucking Alpha Draconians themselves. Yes, there might be good cynocephali out there, ones that are hostile to Alpha Draconians, and there might be ones that are bioengineered and chipped, which is why a lot of the encounter stories of people killing these things, they wonder why the men in black show up, because they're chipped. That's why. That would have been what was responsible for the infamous family that got slaughtered in the Land Between the Lakes in the early 80s, and they found out what caused that dogman attack was the husband and wife probably had on cologne and perfume. In the 80s, they were making colognes and perfumes with natural musk in it. And hello, a canine would be attracted to a musk scent, specifically white musk. And they figured out the time of the day that that attack happened is when the cold air would have started, the hot air would have started dropping and would have carried the scent of the musk. It was a doctor and his rich wife and children that got attacked, if you know. And they figured that they were probably wearing expensive cologne. I already know from the army. Look, I'm a veteran from the U.S. Army. You never wear cologne in the woods or perfume. That's for tactical reasons, not because we were worried about getting attacked by dogmen. But it can, yeah, musk can attract predators. So I'll go into those cases when I do the that. What did that was probably one of the bio engineered dogmen by our fucking government. Not no under the sun. They've been playing bioengineering for a long time. What do you think Dagon is? And this is why I have a theory that Alpha Draconians may have aligned with something to control the oceans of Maldek. Hence comes Cthulhu and cephalopods and black goo. Yeah. You have no idea how deep this rabbit hole goes. For me, it's easy to, I guess, it reads like science fiction. Maybe that's what I need to do, write a science fiction book about life in Maldek. That would be interesting. I want to talk about a fantasy. Um, anyway, with the other shit going on in this country, I just don't. I'm done with it. I don't even. I mean, if you're going around foaming out of the mouth about what happened yesterday, just stay away from me. You're too stupid to realize the consequences of what just happened. And the deep state will turn on you, you useless idiots. Don't think they won't. Alvin Bragg, Judge Merchant, you think these assholes are really special in the eyes of the elite? You're just a useless meat puppet they used, again, for their nefarious means. To build up the negative energy among people. Lost feeding. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. Thanks. If you could support the channel, all the links are in the description. Tomorrow is the first. I'm finally, you know what? I need to get a haircut. It's one of the reasons my hair is long. I could do it tomorrow. It only costs $10 to get my hair cut here in Philly, and well, I usually tip about $5. I'm a good tipper, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'll have money from Patreon. I gotta get a haircut. Then I can go on video and start live streaming, and we can start talking about some of these things. Um. Anyway, yeah. So Dogmen, or cynocephalia as they're called, and Black Goo. I'm on the case, and I'm gonna make videos about Dogman. I've already covered before, but I think I have a theory on. Unlike other people, I like to find theories. I don't just like. I've listened to a lot of Dogman encounters. The way that I research things, it doesn't matter what I'm researching, whether it's Black Goo, Dogman, or reptilians. I use the same way I research everything, a very non-biased way. I tell myself the truth does not require your approval. If you can get over that and put your ego aside, you might be able to figure things out. And that's what I'm really good at. But then that's also what makes me very angry when I see what the hell just happened in the United States yesterday. Look, I'll end the video with this because you haven't been hearing about this in mainstream media because they've been so infatuated with Trump. Do you know what happened about 2 days ago? There was heavy military presence over the eastern coast of the United States. Well, the rumor is that Russia parked 11 nuclear subs off the East Coast. Right after Joe Biden gave Ukraine permission to use long range strikes into Russia. And as of the 21st of May, Russia no longer acknowledges Zelensky as the president of Ukraine. He was a wartime martial law president who stopped the elections under martial law. And martial law has been lifted in Ukraine. Zelensky is not the acknowledged president by Russia. That's what's really going on. Where is fucking Zelensky? He's been quiet the past few days. He's probably in the fucking Caribbean somewhere. Talk about Black Goo. That fucking thing is. He is Black Goo. Hey, for all we know, there is a big Nazi interest in Ukraine. There might be a Black Goo deposit there. Seems like wherever the Black Goo is, the Nazis show up with a great deal of interest in it. And if Aleister Crowley had an interest in Black Goo, he probably knows what it is if he's a reptilian. I have a theory on what Black Goo might be. The manifestation of evil energy into a sentient form, a hive mind consciousness. It's Here's the hardest thing about Black Goo: we don't have the words to describe it, except liquid crystal. I've been using the word liquid crystal polarization way before I actually found out about Black Goo, which is interesting. Anyway, if you could support the channel, all the links are in the description. Take care and God bless.